It's my drink too. My glass is full and hit out of sight. We gonna throw down at this party tonight. We be rolling.
Hello, my name is Chrome, and this is Prospect Magazine, international podcast bringing you some of the best biker shit from around the world. Yes, we started this thing about a month ago, and I wanted to give everybody a better perspective on black bikers in the urban set and how we do shit. Because a lot of people just don't know, and I get a lot of questions asked all the time because I live in Toronto, Canada, and they don't know much about it. So I thought that we could bring the whole world everything, all the cool stuff that you just never see. Today, my guest is a brilliant guy, young man, and I'm very proud of him, what he's done. He put together a social page network called the Black Biker Set, or the Urban Set, whatever you want to call it. And some of the conversations I heard on there has just been amazing. And like I learned some shit. I've been on the set for 40 years, and I learned some stuff from some dudes younger than me that surprised the hell out of me. But like I said, as I got him on here, I'm thankful that he even talked to somebody like me. And he's coming from Texas. We're gonna find out what city he's in, but I know he's in Texas. I pray for all the things that's going on there. I got a lot of shit going on with the weather. Mother Nature just said, fuck all y'all. I'm just gonna do what I do, right? And it put these people in a bad situation with snow, ice, and storming, and the governors wasn't prepared for it. I'm not gonna really get into all that, but we'll let this man talk about it. Anyway, his name is JP Francis. He's out of Texas. And let's have a conversation with him about the black set and everything else. So here he is. Brother JP, how you doing, man?
What's up, brother?
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you a question. So we're gonna chop it up a little bit. How long you been riding motorcycles, and what made you decide to start a page on the black set?
Okay. I've been riding probably about 20 years now. I didn't really get introduced to the motorcycle set till about 15 years ago. And it's something that I was very passionate about, but I couldn't really I couldn't really dive all the way into it because I was still in the Army, I was still doing my time, still deploying and stuff. So, it's kind of like a weekend thing for me, it was a pastime, something I enjoyed doing. But when I retired, I just retired last May, but coming up towards retirement, my life started to take a little bit of a change. And I realized that there was a gap. I realized that there were things going on in different areas. And there's things and I lived in California at the time, but there's things going on in California that weren't going on in Texas. And there's certain things that mean things in New York that don't mean the same in California. So as the set has grown and evolved, there was a disconnect, and I was looking for a platform or a central location where I can go and figure out and communicate to people across the set, so I can figure out what it is that I'm really into. Because I was on the set, but I had no idea what I was a part of. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like most people.
Exactly. And I had a couple incidents and got into a couple situations where I was in the wrong, but I didn't know that, and I didn't know how to conduct myself. So I was like, well, they said necessity is the mother of ingenuity. So that's kind of how it started. I was looking for a black motorcycle set page, and I couldn't find one.
Great. So it's like anything else, we have to create our own, just like this podcast, we had to, there was nothing to give us information on what the hell to do. And
Right.
That's why I decided to start a platform also. Okay. So, so this is an amazing thing you started. I've been reading it, following it for about a year and something, and I'm just reading a lot of things on there, and I learned a lot, to be honest with you. I think all these platforms should be to inform people on bikes and motorcycle and to inspire you to want to keep doing it. I know that the Black Biker Set, it's funny, I'm living in Canada, and my brother lives in Chicago, and they always had the roundup. And for the last 15 years, I used to ride from Toronto by myself. And then it was so beautiful to see that many people of color just having a great time, barbecuing, having fun. Because up here it's all about gang banging. We don't have any black clubs, it's all about white clubs, and they do things a lot differently. They don't really
Right.
like, clubs don't really like each other. So being down there, I saw all these black clubs get along. I thought it was an amazing thing. Like
Right.
you say, when you first started this and you were a little confused about it all, is it because was no guide, or like did you grow up with did you grow up around bikers, or like California is biker heaven?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, California is. I didn't. Originally, I'm from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. So I'm
Okay.
from. So there was no motorcycle clubs there at all.
Did
The
you know my
first.
home club is full of Caribbean guys? Jamaica, Trinidad,
Yeah.
Barbados, dude. We got all of these dudes. They say what you just said. You know, this whole thing is new to them. This whole thing is like new to them. Like most of the guys been riding only 5 or 6 years. And Haiti, we got dudes from all the Caribbean islands, and they were really lost. You know, in yeah. So finish with you. I'm sorry to interrupt, but go ahead.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm from the Virgin Islands, but I spent most of my military career in California. So that's how I was introduced to it. And like I didn't even know that this was a thing. And the thing about it is most civilians don't understand or don't know how structured, organized, how well of a network this is. They just think, bikers just ride bikes and to wear.
Yeah.
They don't know like this is like almost like a fraternity type.
Yes, it is. Yes.
That level with hierarchy and structure and rules and protocol and tradition. Like I was completely oblivious to all of that stuff. That whole chapter was I was in a 99 club. Which was
99%. Can you explain what that means? Just that some of the people don't really know.
Okay. In the biker world, there's there's several different types of clubs, but there's two main categories, either 99s or 1%. Okay.
Right.
It goes all the way back, and I won't take a whole lot of time, but it goes all the way back to the Hollister riots.
Exactly. Right. In California.
Yeah. In California, it wasn't even really a riot. And it's mostly, truth be told, the whole story is media propaganda.
Yes.
They wanted to sell papers, and drama sells. People love drama, and they buy into the whole they'll buy into the whole story if you make it, movie drama. Then yeah. So anyway, they claim that there was this supposed to be a concert or retreat or whatever it was, and bikers came down to Hollister and took over the town, and they're just
women, yeah,
and drunk and up, which they're out there partying, but they weren't tearing the place up.
Yeah, that was in 1947, and yeah, just some media guys. Like, yeah. But I kind of heard that whole story and I read about that years ago. And the 99 percenters is, it's funny because somebody asked me, some guys from another club here asked me about, are we an outlaw club? And I said, well, first of all, let me tell you something right now. Every black man's an outlaw by default.
By default.
Yes, I have a guy in my club, vice president of my club, is a lawyer. He got pulled over every day going to work in his office without his clothes on. So I didn't understand. I said, that told the dude, the white dude, that's the dude. Yeah, we outlaws by default. What are you talking about? They said, you can take your rags off, put them back on. You can take your rags off. You consider civilian. Us it's different.
Yeah, I'm still black. Well, as the story goes, the way the article read, it said 99% of bikers are law-abiding citizens.
Right.
It's just 1% that don't care. So that's how we broke it down. You have 99 clubs, which is your regular mom and pop clubs.
Right.
And then you have your outlaw clubs on the other side.
Yeah. I understand that. We don't get into that. I love to bring an outlaw come on my show and actually explain that, because I heard there's two different about 4 or 5 different variations of an outlaw club. Period. I don't know which is which, and I just know this. I knew that one guy told me that in the 60s that cops and white clubs said black clubs just not wearing patches. So they said, fuck you, we gonna wear them. So that made them an outlaw club, because they stood up to everybody else and saying, don't you tell us what to do. Now, there's another definition of an outlaw club. It's the guys who are sitting around a table committing crimes like Sons of Anarchy. It's that type of outlaw club, which is totally fictional. Like, it's totally fictional. Nobody's sitting around a table, hey, let's go rob this bank and steal some guns and so, like, really? Like, how many bikers actually do that? Like, I'm pretty sure there's some, and that's not the whole outlaw nation, but it's said that's true. Okay.
Well, much. I could tell you this much because, like I said, I was in 99 Club at that time, and going through this whole transition, through this whole phase. Matter of fact, well, since just between me and you,
In the whole rest of the world.
but I made the decision to lay my colors down last month, well, in December,
Right.
and to prospect for an outlaw club.
Right. Okay.
Now, Harry, I'm a seasoned guy. I've been on the set 10, 15 years with my club, doing what I've been doing. Everybody knows me. And when I talk to my people that I trust and, let them get their feelings on it, they're like, why would somebody like you prospect? And I said, you see, that's the problem. It's not about
exactly
what I'm saying. I'm not too proud or think I'm all that. And I definitely don't want people to be like, oh, well, yeah, they let JB in the club because of who he is. Nah, I respect the protocol and the traditions to my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I said to answer your question, the biggest difference between this side and the 99 side is the level of commitment. That's
and structure.
And structure.
Yes.
Yes.
I know a lot of outlaw clubs, and we're friends with a few of them. And I just noticed they're just structured and more organized. And 99 clubs is like, no offense to anybody out there who's in the 99 club, because, like I say, it's like I have followed the structure of outlaw clubs and not these. A lot of people don't understand outlaw clubs. Number one, I find it very structured, very organized, and they mean what they say what they mean. I get that. And if anybody's to join a club, I would give everybody direction to join outlaw club, especially if you come from the military.
Yeah.
Because you're used to that structure.
Exactly. At that point in my life, while I was in, like I said, it was I put it to you this way, it was a pastime. You know what I'm saying? Something I did for fun when I went to the picnics and and I did all the rides and stuff, but it was different because I was different. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, once my life started to change and I retired and I'm starting to look at things differently, now I got time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I'm biking Sunday to Sunday. It's 7 days. It's not a pastime no more. It's not. You see a lot of people. They say, "Oh, well, this is supposed to be fun and this is supposed to be this," and it's not. When it comes to the protocol and the traditions and the things that's important and what made this lifestyle what it is, that's not negligible to me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Right. That means something.
So you probably have a family, and let's face it, motorcycles and motorcycle club are the most selfish shit you can get into. I had 2 bikes, and and I know it's the most selfish thing you can get into. I love being with my partners. I love being with my buddy. I want to ride and da-da-da. And then, it's selfish when you get kids in a family. I don't have that, but I'm just saying, it's like, it's selfish. How do you get away with it with your family?
Well, first of all, I'm on my 3rd wife.
That's okay.
But when I met her, the day I went to go see her for the first time, I had my bike. You see what I'm saying? So
she knew what she was getting into when she got into you. Yeah.
Yeah, she knew what she was getting into, but she didn't know to what extent, because I wasn't me yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't me yet, but I was going down that road. And I balance it out. I give them their time. I do what I gotta do. I definitely take care of home first and foremost, but they know in their soul that this is who daddy is. This is what daddy does, and I could not do it, but that doesn't mean I don't want to do it. You see what I'm saying? I could park the bike up or sell it or whatever, but I'm going to be miserable as hell. So you might as well just put up with me. And you know what I'm saying? Let me get my 1,000 miles a month, or more, and just let me do what I got to do. And we all live in peace, because it's a greater evil if you try to take this from me.
Yes. So it's really funny. I was talking to the legendary Miss Showtime, and amazing lady, and she's been writing since the 60s.
Living legend.
Just a living legend. She's been writing since the 60s, and we had some conversations over the last 6-7 months about how the set is changing. Now, what she was talking about, it was so much fun when she got into it. Now it's changed, and she said, "I'm gonna ask you a question. How do young Black men see other Black men on the set today? They feel them as a friend or a foe?" Because she was saying it changed so much.
It has changed. It has changed. I feel like, you know, that, like I said, it's a fraternity,
Right.
you know? So, you know, club to club is like fraternity to fraternity. So, you know, we're all on the same page. We have the same passions.
Right.
You know, the big family, you're going to fight with your family.
Yeah.
But I would trust somebody that I don't know that's on the set before I trust somebody that I don't know that's off the set.
I see you. I feel you.
You see what I'm saying?
You understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, we already, I might not know you, I might have never heard of your club, but the fact that you're in a club,
Right.
you know, and tells me something about you.
Exactly.
You know, that tells me that we're cut from the same cloth, right, and that we connect. I probably 9 times out of 10, I know somebody that knows somebody that know you.
You know, I've been in a set for about 40 years, and I just been in a club for 11 years, my club. But I've been around this, and I'm gonna tell you something. I haven't never met a biker I don't like. I've never met one. Like, dude, every dude I have met is like, man, if he rides a Harley Davidson motorcycle,
exactly,
and if he rides a Harley Davidson motorcycle, and we get chopping it up, and we start changing numbers, and I said, dude, that dude is very cool. And they say to me, it's the same thing. It's like, you know, I've never really met a biker I just couldn't stand. I just couldn't stand it. And the dudes who's posing don't last long.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
he has a bike because he thinks he gets at women, or he's got it on a trailer. He's riding around. He puts his rags on and take them off, and trailers his bike to the roundup and go, look at me, look at that shit. Don't last long. It lasts about a year, 2 years. You never see that guy again.
He's uncomfortable.
He's uncomfortable because he's not being himself.
He should be.
Yeah, he say he should be. So as far as the yonder thing, I heard about that, and these guys riding their bikes from coast to coast. Do you do that? Do you ride?
Oh, absolutely, I do now. I do. Yeah, now I got today. I got time. Yeah, but I see, and that's the whole thing. Because the whole time I was in, because I did 24 years. The whole time, one of the things that kept me going. You know, I'm over there in Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever God's earth I'm at. I'm thinking in my head, one day I'm going to be able to ride my bike as far as I want to, without having a deadline to be back, no schedule, no itinerary. I'm going to be free, and I'm going to leave when I'm ready to leave, and I'll come back when I'm ready to come back, and can't nobody tell me shit. You know? Guess what? And I for 24 years, I said, one day I'm going to be able to ride like that. One day I'm going down to Mile Zero. One day I'm going to ride to the Grand Canyon. One day I'm going to Canada. Guess what? Today is that day.
Well, it's really funny because, I met so many bikers and black bikers from the military, and especially a lot of outlaw clubs. A lot of outlaw clubs have a lot of veterans in that club. I think that's amazing. So I guess it's easier for the transition from civilian life to that. Because they're used to it, right?
Yeah.
They kind of use the hierarchy. They understand they understand who's in charge. I find civilians who join this club and know nothing about the military. I find they're more like I had like more problems with people like that. Don't understand. They just don't get it.
Yeah, they don't get it. You see, number one, it translates well. You see, we're like you said, we understand the culture and that environment. We're accustomed to that environment, stressful or not, hostile or not. We're accustomed to that structured environment. We know that we work better as a team. We are comfortable knowing that I'm a part of something that's bigger than me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like if you come to my doorstep, hey, I'm gonna give you those 2 hands and whatever I got in my drawers, but I can only do so much by myself. Right. Once I know that I got brothers to the left and right of me that I can call and will show up at a moment's notice, I know that I'm big. It's not just me. I'm part of a whole family. I'm part of a movement. And I think the biggest thing is that, and I don't even know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, is that a lot of us, once we get out the military and we lose that camaraderie, we lose that connection, we lose that team, we're not a part of a platoon anymore. And especially, I'm gonna speak for myself. I joined when I was 17, okay? That was a long time ago. I joined 1996. I didn't retire till 2020. I had no idea who JB was.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? I was Son Francis for so long that I assimilated my identity with my profession. You see what I'm saying? So once I took those boots off, I went through this mind fuck, because I'm like, well, who am I without these boots? You see what I'm saying? being a part of something like the motorcycle set helps to ground us and bring us back and give our life purpose and meaning and fulfillment.
Right.
You see, and for without fulfillment, it's not worth it. You know, I'd rather have fulfillment than $1 billion in the bank.
Right.
It brings that personal fulfillment and that brotherhood and that camaraderie that we lose when we leave.
There's some very wise words you just said, because so many young men today don't really understand that, what you just said. I think a lot of people at 16, 17 don't really understand themselves. I've been an artist all my life, and I was always free the way I thought and the way I did things. I wasn't in the military, but I traveled the world because of my work. And I'm going to get into what I do, what I did. I'm retired now. And I've seen a lot of shit, you know, the thing is, but I'm going to tell you something. The day my father bought me a mini bike as a kid, because I wasn't big enough to play sports, I was done right then and there. I was like 8, 9 years old riding this mini bike. And I go, I don't know what the hell this is all about, but I'm loving this shit. Now that I'm 64 and I still love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the thing is with this is, like, I always say this, and I try to, some people say I'm trying to sell them my motorcycle clubs and motorcycle club culture, but this is the best thing going. This is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is, especially for a lot of young men who don't grow up with fathers in their lives. You know, in our family, in the black neighborhood, there's a lot of that. You know, I was very fortunate to grow up with 2 parents. You know, my dad whipped my ass until, you know, I was like 50. He's still trying to whip my ass about some shit. But I'm just saying, they don't have, this young black man, this is kind of what they need. I've always said that. And I always said to you, know, like, you know, you find a family, it's like a family. You know, we hook you up with some colors, ride some bikes. You're gonna learn how to be a better husband to your wife and a better father to your children. Because you got people to talk to.
Right.
You got all the cats to talk to, you know, because we done the research. And I'm thinking about getting married. I think about having kids. And you got to get your paper right before you start that. Because divorce is a motherfucker. I've been through it. I've been through it. I've been through that. That's you don't want to get divorced. So think this out before you even get involved in it. And a lot of these young men don't have anybody to talk to. You know, it's really funny. I talked to my friend of mine, law enforcement officer. But this is what he said to me. I said, so he says, man, I'm still sick of, I'm putting black men in jail. I go, what they in jail for? And what he said to me? 90% of men in jail because of women. They're getting in. Just what? He goes, dude, I'm telling you, 90% of black men get involved in some bad relationships or promise and lying and cheating, and they ended up that situation, which is sad.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's all because they don't have a social network to talk to anybody to talk to about it.
Exactly. You ain't got no mentors.
No mentors.
At least with this, you can come to the clubhouse. You can bring us all your problems because 9 times somebody in that club been through it.
Yeah, no, and Jason, and a lot of I think they're kind of embarrassed about it. I'm like, look, I talked to the young and I said, look, dude, all of us in this club is fucked up. So, like, you might just lay your stuff out. And we all got problems. You might walk in and see a dude who's shiny in $50,000, $60,000 bike. Trust me, he got some other problems. Maybe not money, but something else.
Yeah, exactly.
So what role what is your legacy to all this? You know, you started this thing, and I get that. I think it's a beautiful thing. What, like JP, what kind of legacy you think you want to leave in this biker world? Because I got a feeling you're gonna be around long. You'll be one of these dudes who's gonna be talking about 40 years from now. Goes, oh man, you know what JP out of Texas? Just like Dean, and just like, you know, like all the guys in California, they're gonna be talking about your ass, which is a good thing you've done.
My problem is I can't leave well enough alone. Okay. And I've always believed in leaving something better than it was when you got it. You know, if I borrow your car, when I bring it back, it's gonna be full of gas and probably vacuumed out. You know what I'm saying? They don't teach that to young kids anymore, but you know, that's ethic. That's my culture. You know what I'm saying? That's my credo. Right. So coming into this, I see where it came from. I see how powerful it is. The Black Motorcycle Set, quiet as kept, the Black Motorcycle Set is the biggest, the biggest network for Black people in America.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, but I mean, most people don't know that. Most civilians don't know that. But when it comes to if we was to take a census, which is never going to happen, but if we was to take a census about how many people do we have, how many clubs we have, and how many people are actually in those clubs from coast to coast, it'll blow your mind. The problem is, it's being watered down.
Yeah, I know you. That's what I was thinking. That's what I see.
We're getting complacent, and we're being infiltrated by people that's not cut from this cloth.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? When I was a recruiter, I did 3 years as a recruiter for the Army, and I was a horrible recruiter because I could not, in my good conscience, put somebody in boots that I know wasn't cut from this cloth. You know what I'm saying? I can't pull that soldier out of you if it's not in there. You know what I'm saying? And I've been around enough soldiers to know it when I see it. I could spot a kid I spotted a kid in a supermarket. And just by looking at him and looking at his demeanor, I'm like, oh, that's a soldier right there. 3 months later, who's in the Army. Same thing with the motorcycle set. The legacy I would like to leave is to unify the set and for us to have more of an impact in the world around us.
So you saying is maybe somebody should start a Black Biker Coalition.
Absolutely. I've been preaching that for years, bro.
Let me tell you something. I met Toby Jean before he passed away many years ago. I was working on a documentary film with some people. And he said to me, he said, let me tell you something about all these clubs, and let me tell you this, and you can take this back to Canada with you. Did you know we all stuck together, we'd be more powerful than NRA?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hands down.
And he told me that. That was on a plane back to Canada. And that sunk in my head. And I go, what can we do? He goes, we would be more powerful than anyway. He said, forget the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Put the bikers together and have a party. And we had some money. We have coalition. You had really smart, intelligent people running it. He goes, do you know how powerful we'd be in this country if we had that? I thought about that.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, Malcolm X said himself that, we're not outnumbered. We're not out-resourced. We're just out-organized. And it's going to be a tricky thing to do, and it's definitely going to be an uphill battle because of, our disposition. We've always been a secret society. Right. Nothing's ever, the fact that the whole point about being a biker is to be free of institution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we can't function as an organization unless we organize. Exactly. The ones that, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we have a hierarchy. If the ones at the top could stop fighting amongst each other, and assimilate, have a council and determine what we're going to be about, and how we're going to run this, and be able to channel it down through the channels, and we'll be 10 times more effective. Because I just want to be a factor. That's my thing. I just want to be a factor. This is what I want. Yeah, that's a good question. I call them by their name. I want organizations like the Proud Boys to think twice about coming to my town because we got Black bikers there.
Right.
And we don't want that smoke. That's what I want from the set. I want people that mean bodily harm to my family based on the color of our skin to think twice about coming into my neighborhood or into my city or whatever is on the back of my patch.
Right.
Think twice about coming here because Black bikers are there. Right now, it's not like that. They don't give a fuck. We're not a factor.
Let me tell you something. It's funny because I've been hearing all these stories. I talked to a lot of bikers from Florida to California, from West Virginia to Texas. I talked to a lot of them. And I heard about outlaw clubs fighting the club in America, or people arguing on your Facebook book. That's just why you guys are doing all that shit. January 6th, some people went into the Capitol and tried to take it over. While you fighting, somebody's plotting. And you think that was just by chance? And all them Confederate flags in there? Brothers better wake up.
Yeah.
They better wake up. And
yeah.
And the thing is, people in clubs ain't fighting over money. They just fighting to be fighting.
Yeah, they're fighting. I mean, it's bullshit. Like, if you get down to the nitty-gritty, it's bullshit. What y'all fighting over? It's either women, like you said. It's just bullshit. It's either women, pride, ego, because somebody flew their colors in their city and they didn't get blessed. It's juvenile shit. Like, you burning down each other's house. You don't even.
JP, I'm gonna say this again. Somebody else was taking over the White House. I'll leave it right there. While you fighting over, you fly your clothes through my town. Somebody walked into the White House and said, we're going to take this back. And you know why? We want this back like the 50s.
Exactly.
Somebody else is plotting while you fighting over stupid shit.
Yeah, we distracted over this dumb shit.
Dumb shit.
Yeah, that really don't matter. You don't even own your clubhouse.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to go there. You own your clubhouse. All that money you spending giving a Harley Davidson, right?
Yeah.
50, 60 grand giving a Harley Davidson. You buy your bike for 20 grand, take the rest of 10, and everybody buy your property.
Buy your property. You know what I'm saying? You got $200,000 worth of bikes outside. you in an $80,000 clubhouse, been paying $1,200 a month for the last 10 years. I mean, do the math, bro.
Do the math. Well, you know, it is really funny though, because and I've been thinking about that whole thing. That's something that me and some of the guys here talk about all the time. And I'm definitely going to bring a finance guy to talk about somebody on my show, because this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to talk about, you know, this is what I do on my Facebook. If you got any videos of black women fighting in parking lots of Walmart to ship with flip-flops, I'm deleting your ass.
Yeah.
All that, delete. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. You got any of that shit, ghetto ass shit, I don't want to see it. If you got things that's positive in there, then I'm definitely going to exploit it and trying to help my fellow man. Because we need to talk to each other, especially the biker network. We need to talk to each other. We need to be more friendly with each other. These clubs fighting really bother me, and it's powerful black motorcycle outlaw clubs. I'm thinking, what do you got against these dudes? They just see the world different than you, and you want to shoot the motherfucker? Like, what is that?
I can't bring myself to bring bodily harm against another black man that rides the same bike I ride and does the same thing that I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't bring myself to go to war with somebody that looks that have the same problems I have. Over what? What are we fighting about?
We get up in the morning, we yelling at our kids. We don't, you know, like half the guys, you might get laid off at work. COVID has kind of screwed up everything. So the thing is, we really don't understand what is you gonna do to say to make me want to pull a pistol out and shoot you again a fist fight with? There's nothing.
There's literally another thing I've been saying for years is that we don't have any enemies on the set. Our enemies aren't on the set. Not people that not the ones that matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The system is the enemy. And that's the whole point. That's why we throw the middle finger all the time, saying fuck the system. You know what I'm saying? Those organizations those extremists, let me put it that way. Right. We don't have any enemies internal to us, but that belief and that mindset that perpetrated over and over and over again is what keeps us chained and limited and ineffective.
You know, it's funny, JP. We should have any enemies, black, white, green, or brown. I met some beautiful people in all different cultures, races, and the thing is, right now, it's like you know, 2021. It's the enemy is like now, the kids is like. I was talking to Miss Showtime. We talked about this, and we were talking about you get the police department and other black men hating us. I don't get it. I don't think it's out of judge. I have see young brothers mean mugging me. I said, man, brother, let me holler at you for a minute. And I start talking to them. They forget all about being mad at me or hate my guts. I talk to so many guys, right? As first of all, you know, I tell them, I don't read a mean mug, man. What you need? I don't get it. What you need? You want to buy you a sandwich? I'll buy you a sandwich. Because you know what? I'm an old school guy, and I'm from the south side of Chicago. If we don't get a shoe, go see that. I'm pretty fast. So let's do something else. Let's get a beer. Let's talk about some shit. You fight with your old lady. You having problems at work. Let's talk about it. You ain't got to meet me, dude. That's not why I'm here.
Yeah, we got enough issues, bro. We got enough issues.
Exactly. Just wake up every day, trying to go to work, whooping that kid's ass, trying to get them to go to school, trying to get them to listen to him, and you walk out of your car and giving you dirty looks for you know what you did to them. Like, exactly. It's sad because times have changed. Anyway, like I said, you talked about what kind of legacy you wanted to do, and we talked about some really good topics. You know, something that me and you, we keep talking about building some kind of coalition. Trust me, it's going to happen. If you get them 6, 7 outlaw club, they're the most strongest in America. They can all sit down and have a conversation. Have 2 lawyers there and have 2 finance guys. And says, well, how do we make this all work? Because I think it could work. Instead of all them outlaw clubs fighting with each other, they need to talk to each other. Because let me tell you something. What happened on January 6th, it's somebody's trying to make America go back fucking like to the 60s.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's what that's all about. They talking about making America great again. They ain't talking about bringing factory. They're talking about a lot more than that. Exactly. And I don't know, that's getting past people. It's getting past people. But I'm an old dude. I've been around. I've seen a lot of things. I know what I saw.
And I feel like another hurdle that we're going to have is the idea that that's not our lane. You know, there's an idea, there's a belief that, okay, we're bikers, that ain't got nothing to do with us. We do what we do over here. That's, you know, the system, and you know that's not our lane. You know, that's not our fight.
That's
But
got everything to do with us.
huh?
That's got everything to do with us.
Everything to do with us. Fuck you talking about? You think?
Man, I've been cursing out people about this, man. I've been having conversations with people. Well, you know, that's the white folks. Dude, it's all, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? If they fulfill their agenda, you ain't gonna be able to ride your bike. How about that?
Exactly.
Now it's a problem, huh? Now it's a problem. They on step 11 of a 12-step takeover, and now you want to get in a fight? By the time you figure out what's going on, they in step 11 of 12, and now back here at step talking about, oh, maybe we should have a meeting. I told you that.
Yeah, wait for something to happen. Because, hey, man, maybe I need to have a meeting.
Maybe we should sit down and see if we could do something about this.
It's too late.
It's too late. It's too late. It's by design, bro. I'm telling you, this is by design. This ain't no happenstance. The crab in a barrel mentality that Black people suffer from is by design. It keeps pushing us back into that slave mentality and pushing us into this inferiority complex where we feel like we're entitled and we don't have to fight for it. You know, get in the fight, man. Black people
getting too comfortable.
Yeah, they're getting too comfortable.
Too comfortable.
And comfort. Yeah, exactly. You get too comfortable, so they're like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But like I said,
so it seems to me your house looks great, and Texas flood didn't get again. He didn't hit you. What part of Texas are you in? Mind me asking?
Oh no, I'm in Killeen. I'm right between. I'm south of Waco, north of Austin. So I was in the thick of it, man. It's just now starting to thaw. Which Texas, look, man. First of all, this is my first time in Texas. This is the first time I've been in Texas in my life. Okay, when I moved there, so I know nothing about Texas. But nobody that's from Texas told me anything about no 5-degree weather. I'll tell you that. That was not in the brochure, bro. That was not in the brochure. But now, but it's by, like I said, 2-3 days ago it's 5 degrees. Now today it's 50. Like, what kind of how you turn this camera around?
There you go.
Yeah, so it's not bad right now. You know, it's thawing out and whatnot. So, but yeah, like yesterday, this was all ice. Like, not even snow. It was just hard. It like snow, and then it froze over the snow. It was all ice. But yeah, I definitely was not prepared. Ain't nobody in Texas got snow tires. Ain't snow.
Brother, you don't want to see where I live. I ain't showing you no pictures outside. You go, what the hell is wrong with you living there? It's like 3 feet of snow. I got the snow blower out yesterday and did my work, and I'm at the clubhouse now. That's where I'm at. And yeah, we had 2 feet of snow. I'm used to this shit. It doesn't bother me. I'm good.
Man, we get 3 inches and we shutting it down. You hear me? We shutting it down. Yo, school, post office, everything. Shut it down.
Well, hey, my brother, I'm gonna let you go. It's a Sunday. I know it's Saturday, and it's a good day. Just, you know, I don't know if you guys still got sports and stuff going on, but this is Saturday. I know you spending time with your family. I'm gonna shut it down, man. But I just had to meet you. Like, we talked on the phone before. We all probably wear your patches on our cuts.
Absolutely appreciate that.
And yeah, man, you got to shut it down now. But it was so a pleasure talking to you and talking to somebody with some knowledge. And I definitely want to bring you back on again, maybe in the beginning of summer when riding season, everybody starts. And you can introduce me to your club. Maybe you don't want to talk about that yet, but you know.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta get to this prospecting phase for I go too far into that. But
I got an idea who you with, and it's all good.
yeah. But if you pay attention, I'll be dropping hints. So if you pay attention, you can figure it out. But
yeah. Like I say, we're friends with all the outlier clubs. Like I say, I get much respect for those guys because I like the way they do things. And the structure is amazing. The 99%, I'm so mad at them sometimes, you know, selling patches and people who don't have bikes. Like, really, like, it's more of a social club. Just call it what it is.
My thing is, bro, like, if it's not, first of all, it's not for everybody. Okay. This lifestyle is not for everybody, but it's starting to be trendy. Okay.
Trendy.
We in the trending generation. So everybody wants to do it. And you know, the club life isn't like it was when we were growing up. So now, you know, this seems to be the popular thing. So this is what's popping. Everybody wants to, which you can come to the parties and stuff, but don't put that vest on unless you do your research and you know what you're getting yourself into. Because that's how people get yourself in trouble. You don't need the vest.
You don't need the vest, yeah.
You don't need the vest. You don't need the vest.
That's
You
just
need
to understand the culture.
right.
You
Right.
don't understand the culture.
You don't
And
understand.
You
So
worked hard, your club worked hard for your vest. To put
exactly.
the colors back. They don't know, they don't understand the trials and tribulations with people with clubs. Trust me, in Canada, we the only all black motorcycle club. You think that was easy? I ain't even talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, there's people just telling us we ain't doing it, we ain't having it. And we're like, we are.
Exactly. Exactly.
So anyway, my man, it was nice talking to you. We're gonna talk again soon. Thank you so much for coming on this show and
No
upping
problem
us
at all.
up. You made us feel good, man. But we did get Joe here, man. I told him this morning that you were on it, man. He's just excited. That's my Italian brother, and he was on there. He's reading all this stuff. He says, "Man, you need to talk about all these profits on there and been riding bikes for 2 weeks."
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're a profit on motorcycle code. I said, "Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm not gonna go there with this brother."
They have no idea. You have
No idea.
no idea.
Thanks a lot, my friend. We'll talk again, okay?
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
Take
Peace.
care. Have a good day. Hi, this is Chrome, and this is Prospect Magazine again. That was JP Francis from Texas. Man, that brother has got a lot of knowledge. And I'm really, really thankful that what he started there up in Canada, in Texas, and what he has started by having this social media page called the Black Biker Set. Now, if you don't know what it is, just check it out on Facebook. It's cool. He has some amazing commentaries. There's a lot of people got a lot to say on there. I read it every day. I learned a lot. And yes, and his whole thing is of inform and inspire. Take care and stay tuned for my next show. I got a bunch of great ladies from across America, you know, saying what they got to say, and that's going to be interesting. Take care. This is Chrome. God bless. And this is Prospect Magazine TV. Good night.